This is me at 16. I ran the soundboard for my youth group because I didn't have any musical talent, and I was in Civil Air Patrol, not because I wanted to learn how to fly, but because I really liked yelling at people and playing dodgeball during PT. I also already had 12 college credits from CLEP tests and wanted more. In fact, what I really wanted was to pass enough CLEP exams that I could completely avoid student debt. But the last CLEP exam I took, biology, had taken me 3 months to study for, and I spent the entire test afraid I was going to fail. Thankfully, I passed it, but if I failed future CLEP exams, I could lose money or push back graduation. Plus, if I failed a bunch of them, that meant I wasn't cut out for this and should just give up and take out student loans for college. So I logged onto message boards and Googled questions and searched for someone who could tell me how to study for CLEPs so I wouldn't have to be afraid of failing them. I didn't find a wise old man on a mountain with all the answers, but thanks to about 1 million different threads and websites, I pulled together the study resources that would go on to ensure that I never failed a single CLEP test, and now I want to share them with you. The College Board has a $10 study guide for each CLEP exam, or an overarching $25 study guide that covers all of them, though you can find them cheaper on Amazon. They contain study tips, test-taking strategies, and practice questions for each CLEP exam. The English literature one alone has 99 practice questions. I like this study resource because it comes directly from the creators of the CLEP exams and gives you a really good idea of what you need to know and what you need to study. The cons are that while it has really good study questions, it doesn't explain the answers, and even though it gives a good overview of what the tests will have, it doesn't give you a comprehensive approach to studying them. But overall, it serves as a really good starting point. Peterson's practice tests were my most valued way to prepare for CLEP exams and even DSST exams. Essentially, you pay $49 a month and get a subscription to practice tests for CLEPs except German, tons of DSSTs, the ACT, the SAT, AP tests, and the PSAT. And for a lot of those, you also get either online courses, videos, or flashcards to help you study. Every practice test for CLEP has detailed explanations of each question, and when I was using them, I found them harder than the CLEP about 70% of the time, so if I did well in a Peterson's, I usually felt confident enough to take the CLEP. Speedy Prep is my second favorite study resource. They charge $30 a month and offer comprehensive flashcards for 24 of the 33 CLEP exams. The ones they are missing are mostly foreign languages and advanced math courses that are less popular anyway. They actually guarantee that if you achieve a 90% mastery on their flashcards and still fail your CLEP exam, they will refund you what you spent on Speedy Prep. I didn't use them as much myself because they weren't as popular back then, but I've signed up for an account to test them, and my family and friends have used them and love them. Instant Cert is the flashcard service I used personally to study for most of my CLEPs. They have flashcards for 26 CLEPs and plenty of DSSTs. They only charge $20 a month and even cover a few exams that Speedy Prep doesn't. But maybe the slickest thing about them is that they also track their users' scores on the actual tests. For instance, on the page about the Introductory Business Law CLEP, they show that 456 of their users have attempted that CLEP and that 92% have passed. You can use this to gauge which CLEPs seem more achievable and be encouraged by the success of others. REA books are the bread and butter of CLEP study, especially if you're new to a topic or need a refresher, because they give a broad, comprehensive overview of a subject and all of the basics that you need to know. There are REA books for 27 of the CLEP exams, and they contain practice questions and study strategies. This is actually an older version of the chemistry one. I didn't find that I could rely on REA books by themselves to prepare for a CLEP exam and to feel very confident about it, but I love them because they help to give me an overarching knowledge of what was happening in a subject, so I could study for topics like principles of marketing or principles of management. REA provided me with an actual knowledge of the subject and a context that I could keep adding on to with flashcards or practice tests. You can find them for $35 on the REA website, for about $23-ish on Amazon, or even cheaper used elsewhere. I'm so bitter Modern States wasn't around when I was taking CLEP. Not only do they have a program where they help you get your freshman year of college completely for free, but they provide very detailed courses created by experts in the fields for all 33 CLEP exams. You take those courses, watch the professional videos, read the documents they provide, and then you take the appropriate CLEP exam. Modern States may be becoming the only necessary go-to study resource for CLEP, and the best part is that it's completely free. You'll laugh at this one, but anything that you need to know for any of these CLEP exams or even for most college courses is available through a quick Google search. And you'll be able to find things on Google that may not be accessible in an REA book, in flashcards, or even on Modern States. Let these other study resources reveal to you what you need to find out more about through Google, and then once you have those questions, take the responsibility and the ownership to find the answers for yourself. Just be sure that whatever source you find is a reliable one. Using many of these resources, I was able to pass every single CLEP exam that I attempted in about 3.5 weeks of studying on average. It was a big speed boost and meant that I was able to graduate at 18 with no student debt. And now you have access to way more CLEP study help than I did, so I know that you're gonna do incredible things. So if you have questions, comment them down below and I will do my best to answer them. And while you're waiting for that, go ahead and check out this video where I explain the 7 best ways to earn college credit cheap.